Hi everybody, my name is Bhavishya, and in this lab we will see how every designated router is selected differently per segments. And by segment what I mean is per network. Let's suppose in this topology there are two segments. The very first is this segment of network 10.0.0.0/24, and then we have another segment of 11.0.0.0/24, and both of them comes within area 0, right? So if you observe, this is the previous topology only, right? So let me explain here. R4 is dr due to the highest router id 4.4.4. Then we have R3 as bdr due to router ID 3.3.3.3. After that, we have R2 and R1 as DR others in this particular topology, right? If you want to see that, we can see that as well. That in, okay, let me split it. We are looking for this segment for now. So in R1, what R1? Let's suppose R4, as R4 is designated router. We'll see show IP OSPF interface brief, let's suppose. Here as you can see that R4 is BDR and it is in full state with 3 routers and neighbor with 3 routers, right? As you can see. Now let's check the neighbor. So show IP interface, show IP neighbor. As you can see that R1 R2 is acting as TR other and R3 is BDR, right? Yes, if I go and check the database, so in database as you can see that type 2 LSA, which is network LSA, is being generated by R4 only. As you can see the router ID matches, right? Else as you can see we have 4 type 1 LSAs. As we have not configured these routers yet, when we will fully configure it, so we can see that the database is being maintained throughout the topology. So we will see, this is what the conclusion will look like, that here you will see 6 router LSAs, right? As we have 6 routers till R6, and you will see 2 network LSAs, right? Let's suppose in this position R4 is acting as DR, so one will be from this particular where it is generated for network 10.0.0.0, and the second one will be, let's suppose when we'll configure OSPF here, so R6 will become DR due to the highest router ID. So the other network LSA will be get generated by R6 for network 11.0.0.0, right? Yes. So if I'll go and first I have to configure this R5 and R6. For that, I have to start OSPF from this R4. So in R4, I'll go config terminal. After that, router OSPF, process ID 10, and I'll give the network. Till this point, R4 has only information about network 10.0.0.0 and its OSPF. Now we'll give the network 11.0.0.0 along with inverse mask 0.0.0.255 and is under area 0, right? So I've already given the network. All I have to do is hit enter. So the participation will get started. Okay. So as we have learned so far that due to highest router ID, R6 will become DR, right? R5 will become BDR and R4 will become DR other, right? So let's check show IP OSPF interface brief. So it is in the wait position, still waiting. As you can see here, R6 has become DR and now it is fully synchronized with 2 and neighbors with 2, right? Yes. And the one with which it is making neighborship is fast Ethernet 0/0 neighbor 3 fast Ethernet 1/0 neighbor 2, right? This is what we'll see in R4. Let me check. Show IP OSPF interface brief. Now, what happened? Okay, I'm sorry. Show IP OSPF interface brief. Okay, so here is, as you can see, we have two entries as R4 is in two segments, in two networks, right? So the very first is fast Ethernet 1/0, this 11 network, where it is behaving as DR other, right? And the second one is fast Ethernet 0/0, where we have three neighbors, right? As it is acting as designated router. So let's check the neighbors. Show IP OSPF neighbor. Okay. So as you can see, for fast Ethernet 0/0, we have two entries, right? One is acting as fast Ethernet 0/0/0. This one, right? So we have R2 and R3, right? And R12. So R1 and R2 is DR, others, and R3 is PDR, as you can see, right? For network, oh, wait, for network 10.0.0.0. For network 11.0.0, we have two entries of fast Ethernet 1/0, where R5 and R6, where R5 is BDR and R6 is DR, right? Yes. Now the question is, how, how many network LSA we will have in the whole topology, right? So we will have two network LSA. The very first will get generated for by R4 for network 10.0.0.0. The another will get generated via R6 for network 11.0.0.0. For that, let me pull out the database. Here, as you can see, right? After that, there is a fact that type 1 and type 2 LSA get spread throughout the topology. So we'll go to R6 and we will check the database for it. So as you can see now, it is fully synchronized. The whole topology we can see here. As I told you initially, we will have 6 type 1 LSA, router LSA, and 2 network LSA or type 2 LSAs, right? Generated for generated by different network. So this is the concept of how DR has been selected differently for every segment, for every network, right? Yes. So I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.